maybe that's our work is a lot about feeling in a way. And I loved this, what Rob said about longing. So I was thinking about the title, Change Now, and wondering how much of our life is actually now. That so much of it is what we think, what we remember, what we learned, our assumptions, our beliefs, our opinions, our likes and dislikes, that came from the past, right? Or else it's all of our imaginations and hopes and fears in the future. Or it's our chattering about this and that. But the profundity of now seems resonant, you know. What is it now to be a human being on this planet? What is it to be in this body, on our good Mother Earth body, in our social body, us here today? What is that now? And in that now, there's so much longing. And there's so much intelligence and wisdom and so much healthiness. I loved this morning, Mathieu said, the banality of goodness, the ordinariness of just how much just basic sanity, basic healthiness, basic love for this world is in us now. And how little we access it oftentimes. We're not short of wisdom on this planet, but we are short on accessing that. And the work that we do at Presencing Institute, and probably that many of you do, is about how to make that visible, to make all the wisdom that we have in this room felt, and then to be able to step forward with some courage, bravery, what we call an action confidence that's actually based on our care for this world, our love for this world, and our own sort of basic healthiness. So when we are now, there's always change. You know, thoughts come and go. Like this big sky here, right? The mind is like a sky, a big sky. Thoughts come and go, feelings come and go, you know, our opinions come and go. Right? But once we hang on and we say, this is me, this is how it is, what are we going to do about this now? Once we hang on, right, we lose our own wisdom. We lose our own creativity, our own kind of naturalness to create a better world. So my invitation today was to do some practice with everyone. My job has to do with connecting this body with the Mother Earth body and with the social body, and that there's coherence. That when the mind is more, you know, not so fixated, then it sits on the body, and we do not lose track of what it is to stand, what it is to walk, what it is to sit down, what it is to as Otto said, to actually listen with the whole body, not just the ears, right? But to listen with the heart, right? To listen with the body, with the belly listens. It has ears, right? The whole body sees, not just the eyes, but there's resonance. There's always a feeling of connection. There's not a prayer that we're not connected to each other and to every tree, every fox, every elephant, every ant on the planet, every river, every bird. There's not a prayer that we're not connected. And yet we often don't feel that, right? We don't feel. So much of our work at Presencing Institute is this, as Otto said, a mind that isn't completely filled with its own knowing and intelligence, and that it has a little room to not know and to just be open and to listen. And then the sense of the open heart, not just for those that we naturally love, our friends, families, people that vote like we do, people in our kind of tribe, but also for people that we actually don't like, actually don't trust, actually don't agree with. How do we extend our own warmth, at least our own sense of humanity, to include all of our beings on the planet, particularly those whose voices we decide not to listen to. Otto often uses this expression, attentional violence. We just don't pay attention to some creatures and to some people and to some places. We don't attend. And in terms of our open will, it's a really interesting one, open will, because it often has, for many of us, and maybe for all of us here, it connects with fear. Like, and in our work, it's like fear is such an ally, Once there's fear, we just take incredible interest. What does it feel like? So that we can develop our own sense of bravery and courage to step forward when we do not know. So in our work, not knowing is a kind of intelligence. And not doing is actually a necessary balance to doing and to acting. But that there has to be some kind of stillness. I love this, about stillness as the voice of the future. So, okay, so maybe we do a little practice. Is that okay? I know it's really warm and late in the day. But we'll do nothing. How's that? And then that won't take any exertion at all. So, but I do want you to put your feet on the ground, seat on your chair, sit up in the chair if you can for a minute so you're not leaning back, but to use your own core belly for holding you up. I can't demonstrate here because there's no chair, so I just do it standing. You can do it standing too if you want, if it's okay. So we're just going to start really simply by feeling our place on the planet right now, which means that we're going to let thoughts go and we're going to feel loyalty, some kind of loyalty and faithfulness to this body. So we're going to feel, just let thoughts go a bit so that we can rest our attention. Sometimes that's called mindfulness. We're going to rest our attention on the feeling of the body and its place on the planet right now. Right? that every single being on the planet has a place, has a spot. And for each of us, the Mother Earth is just holding on to us, right? Otherwise we'd float off into space. She's holding us close. So just take a moment. And now if you can, just stay with your low body sitting on the earth. You have a place, your body and the earth's body have a coherence. Then if you have some sense of the back body is present, all of our ancestors, all of our mentors and teachers before us who have contributed to making a good world, whose lives have been devoted through their craft or their profession or their family life, their community life. Their lives are devoted to helping out, to making a good world. And they are all behind us, cheering us on. Strength to the back, like a mountain. The top of the head, always in conversation with the sky, so that we feel that our body joins the vast open sky of possibility, all that we can imagine for the future, for our grandchildren's children, is open mind of sky-like mind. And then take a moment to just feel the heart. This heart which delights, appreciates, is grateful. The heart holds some joyfulness and also some sorrow and sadness and grief for the degree of suffering that this earth feels and that other humans feel, animals, birds, fish. So we just take a moment to feel this sad joy heart. Just sitting here being a human being. It's a human being practice of doing nothing, just being human. Perfect. Now, if you can, just as you are, sitting as you are, you can open your eyes if you had them closed, so that we have a sense of our environment. And I want you to just do a little bit of practice in embodied presence, okay? Can you move from sitting to standing in one gesture? You sit, now feel, don't think about it, just feel, stand. Whoop, everyone. Huh? Now, okay, I'm going to ask you to, that's great, great. I know we're holding stuff, so there's all this wiggly adjustment also. Can you do it without so much wiggly? Put your things to the side on the floor, can you? Okay, just, you're a standing human being on the planet, right? Look out at the tower and the sky, right? Now, feel the body. Don't think, and sit. Oh, nice. Good. That's all you're doing is sitting and standing, right? If there's thinking, just let that go. Okay, once more. Stand. And sit. Last time. Stand. Perfect. Now, here's the next thing. Can you just make a gesture to your neighbor that says, this is how I feel right now. Make a gesture. This is a gesture that says, this is how I feel right at the moment. You're not saying, you're just showing somebody. Okay? Person 1 is showing to person 2. Okay? Now, is person 1 making their shape? Okay. Person 1 is making their shape. This is how I feel now. Now, okay? Stay with your body. Let the body move now. Right? Let the body move. What would the body like to do now? Okay? What would it like to do? What would this shape like to do? Here we go. Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you're in shape 2. Oh, don't forget it. Hold. Now, what would this shape like to say to that person? What would this shape like to say? One word that it would like to say. Just say that to your person. Okay. Okay, just one word. Okay, now, person 2, right? Person 2 is going to show how they feel right now, whatever that is, like your current reality. Then what does the body want to do? Just do whatever that is. It doesn't matter what it is. It moves into something else. You stop there. You say one word that your shape would like to say to that person. What would your body like to say to that person? Okay? Person 2, make your shape. Sculpture 1, we call this. Okay? And move. 1. What does your body want to do? Don't think about it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sculpture 2. What does your body like to say to the other person? Somebody's holding the space for you to do your gesture. What is it? Okay. All right. Thank you. That's perfect. Very embodied.